What is data analytics? Let's see why Tableau, what is Tableau, where to utilize, and what sort of a benefit you will be getting out of it. Yes. So it is the part of the data analytics domain, and data analytics means a very simple definition of a data analytics is gathering the information you know to generate the information you don't know is known as data analytics. Okay. Gathering the information you know to generate the information you don't know is known as data analytics. And data analytics is a big domain which is based on three pillars, which are: number one, data management. Number one is data management. Number two is the analysis of the data. And number three is the visualization of the data. Correct. Absolutely. Management, analysis, and visualization. Each pillar is very, very crucial and important. If I talk about the data management, until and unless your data is managed, you will not be able to proceed a single step ahead. And to manage the data, we need a platform, and that platform is known as RDBMS. It stands for Relational Database Management System. So it is a platform which is used to manage the data. Okay. And some platforms, commonly known platforms, are SQL Server, MySQL, Oracle, MS Access, etc. These are the commonly used platforms. And to interact with these platform, we have no drawings, please. To interact with the platform, we need to have absolutely. So interact with the platform, we need to know a language, and that language is known as SQL. It stands for Structure Query Language. Very good. Structure Query language, using which we communicate with the RDBMS, which help us to maintain and manipulate the data. Number one. So once we have managed the data, the second thing which comes into the picture is the analysis of the data. We have number of tools available for the analysis of the data, right? Hmm. We have number of tools to manage the data. Sorry, to analyze the data. Something like say we have R, we have Python. So many things are available which is used to analyze the data. So the second thing which comes is the analysis of the data. And the final thing which comes to the presentation of the data, that is with the help of data visualization. Let me give you a very simple example of a data visualization. These days, we have so much of news regarding the COVID status, right? So in the many of the news channels, social media, you see various type of visuals, some bar graphs, line graphs, and all, which displays the status of COVID status in the various countries. And 1 second, please. Right. So, okay. It is, sir. It's not hearing. There is a B. Hello. Am I clearly audible? If yes, yes, yes. Fine. Thank you. Thank you. In case of any challenges, do let me know. Okay, so we were talking about the data visualization. So the graphs and all which you are seeing, that is with the help of a visualization. Suppose you have been assigned a task to display, to specify the list of COVID cases in the various states of India, right? So number one option is you can create a list. You can create a list in Excel.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, Raju, one more thing. Can you please
uh,
include the recording from your end? I think it
re-
is.
Recording.
Yes, yes.
The recording is going on.
Okay, okay, fine. That's sorry.
Okay. Hmm. So I was giving you an example of a visualization where you have been assigned a task to list the number of COVID cases in the various states of India. So first option is that you can create a list in which you can have the various states in the Excel, and you can list the number of cases with that. First option. Second option is, which could be more smarter, that you can create a bar chart. You can create a bar chart in Excel where the bar with the longest bar indicates the maximum number of cases. Number two. Number three, which could be more smarter, that instead of giving a bar chart or a tabular data, let's create an India map and give that India map a color coding where the maximum the where the darker color indicates the higher number of cases and the lighter color indicates the lower number of cases. Right? So that is the power of visualization, to display a complex data in a very simple and understandable and dynamic manner. Right? Now, before we proceed, I am only showing the one slide till yet. Before we proceed further with the tableau, let me show you something. Here I have a small data. Focus on the data, please. Here we have a small data. This is the data about an online store from US. 4-year data of an online store from US, where we have, just give me 1 second. I'm just stopping a share for 1 minute. Okay, here it is. So here we have a data about an online store from US, 4 years data, 2014 to 2017. And here is the data. In this data, we have the information about the transaction, the order, that is order ID, order date, ship mode, etc. We have the information about the customer. We have the information about the customer, like name of the customer, the country, city, state, region of the customer. All the customer has been bifurcated into the three categories, that is consumer, corporate, and home office. And then we have the information about the product, that is the product ID, the name of the product. We have three categories of the products over here, that is furniture, office supplies, and technology. Further, furniture, office supplies, and technology. And further, these categories has been divided into subcategories, like if it is furniture, what in furniture, table, chair, bookcase, etc. And then we have the transactional value, the number of how much sales has been done on the respective transaction, quantity sold, any discount offered, and the profit. So there are in all 21 fields in this data, and we have around 9,994. You can say approx 10,000 records in this data. Okay. Now, if I want the answers to few questions, how is the performance in the last 4 years? How was the performance? How is the sales performance? Which is the particular category which has given us the maximum sales? Which particular state has been the most profitable? which segment of customer is giving us the maximum revenue, and so on. If I want the answers of these questions, can I get in Excel? Can I get in Excel? To certain extent, yes, we can get it in Excel, but but we have to do a lot of efforts will be required. Let's see if I utilize Tableau for it, what will be the result. So here it goes. So that is the visualization of this data using Tableau. Here it is. So here you can see the US map in which the sales percentage of the various states has been specified. And you can see also see the color shading where darker color indicating the maximum sales and the lighter color indicating the lower sales. And this California being the darkest one, that is maximum sales has been contributed from the California. Proceeding further, here we are getting the year wise bifurcation of the sales. So we can see in all the years the sales is continuously growing, except in the 2015 where we have seen a slight dip in technology and office supplies. Focus on the furniture is continuously growing. Overall the performance is good. Coming to the next slide, here we can see that technology is this one which has given us the maximum sales. Proceeding further, phones and chairs has given the maximum revenue, leaving the rest far behind. Further, consumers has maximum contribution. Consumer has maximum contribution of the sales in all the categories. Either it is technology, furniture, or office supplies. In all the categories, the maximum sales we have generated is from the furniture, from the consumer segment. Here we have a bifurcation of the region and sales on the basis of the region and the category. So we can see in the furniture, the maximum sales has been generated from the Western region. Office supplies also maximum sales has been generated from the Western region. But in technology, the maximum sales has been generated from the Eastern region. So that means as East and West has contributed max towards the revenue. Proceeding further, here we have a summary in which sales summary which displays the state sales, year sales, category, subcategory sales, segment sales, and the region wise sales over here. And this is we are getting the overall sales generated in the 4 years. 2297 is the total sales generated in this, in the entire data from the 10,000 record. But the beauty of Power BI is, suppose you are heading the technology department and you just bothered about the technology, you are not focused what furniture and office supplies are doing. So you just click on the technology over here and you will see that you are getting the details of. So you click on the technology and you will see that you are getting the details only of the technology. Your entire visual is talking only about the technology category. Okay. And suppose you wanted to get the details of the consumer, you click on the consumer. I'm getting the details of technology consumer, right? Let me click over here. Right. So from, if you want to talk about a particular state, let's take California. It is getting the details of the technology for California. Okay. So that is, I wanted to show you the interactive nature over here. From every perspective, it will be interactive. You want to talk about anything, you wanted to say, you want the furniture South region. So it is giving you the sales of the furniture from the South region, and in the furniture has been sold maximum in Virginia. 21% contribution is coming from Virginia. And here it goes. Right. So this is an interactive visual. So in these visuals which I have shown you, It is totally focused on the sales. Let us talk about the profit. Here it is. You can see the name of the various states has been written in a different font color and the size, where the font size indicates the sales and the the color indicates the profit. Bigger the font, higher the sales, darker the color, higher the profit. Now, if you will say California, New York, Texas, Pennsylvania, Florida, these are the Washington, these are the one which are appearing in comparatively bigger size, out of which California and New York being the biggest one. That means the maximum sales has been generated from California and New York, and they are also the darkest one. That is, they have also provided the maximum profit. If we talk about the Texas, Texas is considerably bigger in size. That means good sales, but the color is very light, which indicates lesser profit. So let's see over here. So in Texas, the total sales generated is 170,000, but Texas has actually given us a loss of 25,000. Okay. On the other hand, you can see Virginia with a sales of 70,000 has given us a profit of 18,000. Proceeding further, here is the region wise contribution where we can see of profit, Western region being the most profitable. Proceeding further, here we have the segment wise bifurcation of the profit, and the maximum profit, that is 46% of the profit, has been generated from the consumer sector. Technology has provided us the maximum profit, and the minimum profit has been provided from the furniture category. Now, you can see over here, copiers being the most profitable, and tables has given us the losses. And here we do have a profit summary where we have the state-wise profit, region, segment, category, and subcategory-wise profit. Right? Let me talk about the South region. Right, South region, we can see that Virginia and we have Georgia where we have got the good profit, and your entire visual is talking about the South region only. Okay, so this is what is known as the final product of Tableau. It is a simple visuals we have created using Tableau. Now, think if you have to get achieve something like this in Excel, exactly same will not be possible. But even if you try to achieve something similar to it, then it will be actually a troublesome task. It will actually be a troublesome task over here. It will take a lot of time and efforts, and to make it dynamic, you will have to do it. You will have to do some coding also in Excel, that is VBA coding. But here in Tableau, it can be done very easily. It will not take more than 30 minutes to create all this what we have created right now, which I have shown you right now. Okay, so how is the visuals? How did you find the visuals? Good, bad, very good? If good, you can type in good in this. Right, absolutely. And good, absolutely. Thank you for your responses. Clear, that is what is expected from you. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much for your responses, and I really appreciate you being so interactive. Great, keep it up. Right, so the ultimate objective of this session is, post completing this session, you will be also in the position to create this type of visuals, and with a very much comfort. So let's see. Now, when you know the power of Tableau, let's get introduced to Tableau. What is Tableau? Now you already know why Tableau. So now we will be talking about what is Tableau. Here it is. So Tableau is a very, very powerful data visualization tool and a business intelligence tool, right? It converts a complex data you have already seen into a presentable data which can be easily understood by anybody. Not only a technical person, even a layman can understand the what the data is saying if it has been presented using Tableau. In Tableau, we can connect not only to Excel or SQL, we can connect to more than 50 data sources that includes text file, PDF files, CSVs, Oracle, SQL, AWS, etc. And we can create almost 24 types of visuals which can be enhanced further depending on the requirement. Now, why Tableau? So the number one answer of why Tableau is speed. It is speed. Now, on an average, how much time does it takes to create a chart in Excel? I think we all are working in Excel. How much time does it takes to create a chart in Excel? On an average, we can say 5. The best way to create a chart in Excel is using a pivot. So we can say on an average 5 minutes. It takes around 5 to 10 minutes to create a good visual in Excel. However, in Tableau, any complex visual, the most complex visual which you think is in Tableau can be created within less than a minute. Literally, I mean it. I will just show you also that within a minute you can create wonderful visuals in Tableau. So that is what the Tableau provides the speed. And that is why it is being the market leader. Proceeding further, Tableau is very much user friendly. No programming skill, no technical skills is required to work in Tableau. If a person can work in computer, he can work in Tableau. Okay, if you know how to switch on a computer, you can do wonders in Tableau. You can mark my words. It is very much user friendly. It is 100% clicks. Then eye-catching and interactive dashboard, which I have already shown you. The dashboard which you have just seen was very much interactive. Interactive means which can be updated during runtime as per the requirement. So eye-catching and interactive dashboards. Then we have direct connection. Direct connection means you can be directly connected to the server. You can be directly connected to the server. Now let's take a scenario that you are working on. Let's take Amazon's data. You are doing the data, you are doing the visualization on Amazon's real-time data with multiple visuals, and assuming that your entire task took you 2 hours to complete. So once you are through with your visualization will not be based on the real time data. It will be based on the data which is 2 hours older. It will be based on the data which is 2 hours older. Okay. But in Tableau, with a click of single button, all your visual will be updated with a real time data. Single button, all the visuals will be updated with a real time data. Okay, so that is the power of Tableau. Easy publishing and sharing. Tableau has provided a wonderful feature of sharing the visualization. Now, supposingly you have created a visual in Excel and you share it with me. Now, what is the minimum requirement I need to have to view your visual? I need to have at least Excel installed on my computer. I need to have Excel installed on my computer, then only I will be able to see your visual. However, this is not the case with Tableau. If you have created something in Tableau and you shared it with me, I need not to have Tableau installed on my computer. Moreover, I also need not to have my computer. I can very comfortably view the visual you have created on my tablet or on my mobile phone. On the tablet or on a mobile phone. And when I am saying very comfortably, I mean that the visual will be device responsive. If you will open it on the tablet, it will be adjusted according to the screen size and the layout. Normally tablet we hold in a landscape mode. If you open in a phone, the phone size, the screen size is comparatively very small. It will be adjusted accordingly and holding in a portrait mode. Okay, so that is easy publishing and sharing. Growing. Okay, easy publishing and sharing, and because of all these features, Tableau has a great growing market, right? Let's proceed. Now let's talk about the various products provided by Tableau. So the product which is used in the market, which is used in the industry, is known as Tableau Desktop, which we use to create the visuals. Uh, very powerful tool, but this is has a price tag attached to it. The power is price. You have to pay the price to get that power of Tableau. Okay, and the price of Tableau is somewhere around $70 per user per month is the uh, price of Tableau. Okay, Tableau Desktop, but a trial version of it is available free of cost only for 14 days. So the paid version, you will be getting exactly all the features available in Tableau Desktop, but only for 14 days. Post 14 days it will automatically stop working. So are you ready for paying the $70? Okay, let's see who all are ready to pay the $70. Oh, I'm getting some responses. No. Oh, no one is ready to pay this. Okay, let me rephrase my question. Let me rephrase my question. Do you want to get the power of Tableau? Do you want the power of Tableau? Yes or no? Yes, everybody wants the power, but doesn't want to pay the price for it. Okay, no worries. I was just kidding. Definitely, you will be getting it for 14 days free of cost. But Tableau has Tableau understands, and it doesn't want the students to pay for the learning purpose $70, which is a pretty decent amount. So Tableau has given you a different product. No worries. Here it is. Another product for the students for the learning purpose, that is Tableau Public, which is free of cost. Right? All the different type of visuals which can be created in desktop can be created in Tableau Public also. Happy? Happy you have now Tableau Public. Yes, wonderful. Thank you. So we have Tableau Public, using which we will be able to create all the visuals which we create in desktop. Everything can be done over here also. Right? But now you might be wondering that is everything is same. Why? Who will pay for Tableau Desktop? So there is one catch. Everything is same. All the visuals can be created. But if you are using Tableau Public, you will not be able to save anything into Tableau Public onto your local machine. Okay, so Tableau Desktop again, which is available only for 14 days trial version. All the things which we are doing in Tableau Desktop can be done in Tableau Public also. Okay, but one major limitation is that you will not be able to save anything. If you have created a visual and you wanted to save it onto Tableau in Tableau Public, and you want to save it onto your local machine, C drive, D drive, you won't be able to. So for the practice purpose, it is used. Right? You cannot take the data outside the environment of Tableau if you are using Tableau Public. Right? And for this purpose, we will be using Tableau Public. For this learning purpose, we will be installing Tableau Public. I will tell you how to install Tableau Public also. No, Tableau Public does not have any time limit. It will be available free of cost for you for the student purpose. Right? The next product which we have over here is provided by Tableau is Tableau Online. Is Tableau Online, which is a cloud platform to share your visualization. Tableau Online, it is a cloud platform provided by Tableau to share your visualization. Whatever you have created, if you wanted to share it with your audience, you can put it onto the Tableau Online. So in one word, in a very simple words, I can say using Tableau Online, Tableau gives you a full-fledged website with 100% admin control. You can put all the things over here and you can share it with your respective audience. All right. Then we have something known as Tableau server. Sometime it happens because of some compliance reason and all, the company, the organization is not comfortable putting the data onto the cloud platform. And if in that scenario, Tableau server is utilized, where the data being in the local environment can be shared with the respective audience. Then we have something, yes, Tableau Online is also licensed. Tableau Reader. Tableau Reader, this is a, it is just like, you to understand, you can compare it with Acrobat Reader. Just like Acrobat Reader is used to Acrobat Reader is used to read the PDF file. Similarly, Tableau Reader is used to read the Tableau TWB, that is Tableau workbook files. And then we have something known as Tableau Prep Builder, which is used to clear your data, clean your data. So separate tool available to make the data ready for the visualization, that is Tableau Prep Builder. So these are the different products provided by Tableau. Okay, one more important thing. Yes, Tableau Desktop also, Tableau also provide Tableau Desktop free of cost for the student. Full-fledged licensed version free of cost for the student for 1 year. Right? So for that you have to contact with Tableau. For which you have to contact with Tableau, you just need two things: that your age should be more than 18 years and you should have a valid college or a university ID. And then you can request Tableau Desktop free of cost directly from Tableau for 1 year. You will be getting it. Many of my students are using Tableau Desktop free of cost. Tableau Prep is used for Tableau Prep is used for cleaning the data, right? Okay, let's proceed further. We are talk about, yes. Okay, right. Is there any platform in which these are available? What sort of a platform you are asking for? I didn't get you. If you wanted to download, yes, we will be downloading it over here. And in this slide, I have given you a link. By default, whenever you to go to Google and write Tableau download, by default, it will download Tableau Desktop for a trial version for 14 days. Don't do that. Yes, Tableau Desktop, you can do everything. Everything. Okay. So let's focus on the Tableau Public, because we have to work with Tableau Public. And when the time will come, I will tell you how to download Tableau Desktop as well. I can let you know. So I want you to get the maximum utilization of the 14 days. Initially, we don't need Tableau Desktop. Please do not install Tableau Desktop. Okay, so here is the link I have given to download Tableau Public. You click on this and it will be taking you to the download page of Tableau Public. Right here, you just have to provide your email ID and click on the download the app button, and the download will start. Once downloaded, you just have to double click on the downloaded file and the installation will start. You have to follow the instructions and the Tableau Public will install. It will not take more than 5 to 10 minutes to install Tableau Public. Very simple installation over here. Okay. Sorry. Okay, you will be getting the link. No worries, no worries. Definitely the link is for you. I will share you the link. And but as of now, please focus on this. Do not get into the downloading right now. You can download it later. As of now, you can listen to and see what I am telling you over here. Okay, so Tableau, wonderful thing. Tableau is a 3-step process. If you can do the 3 steps, you can work in Tableau. And what are those 3 steps? Number 1, connecting to the data source. Tell Tableau where is the data from on which you have to do the visualization. Number 2, choose the dimension and measures. What are dimension and measure? I will just tell you. And number 3, apply visualization techniques. So let us try to do this practically and get a better understanding of it. So here it is, the Tableau desktop. This is the first page of the Tableau public. See, I'm also using over here Tableau public. This is the first page of Tableau public. Once you install, you will be getting, nothing will be over here. These are the past file which I have worked on. So they are appearing over here, right? So then we have to tell the Tableau where is the data source from which we need to connect. So I'm using the same data source which I have just shown you. Here it is, in which I have 3 sheets: orders, which contains the details about the orders. Then we have returns, which contains the order number which has been returned. Then which we have the people, which contains the name of the regional head. Okay, so let's get connected to this data source. So I will say, as it is an Excel file, I will say Excel. Let me look for the data. Say open. So this is the first step, that is getting connected to the data source. I am connected to the data source. You can see all the sheets which were there in the respective data source are appearing over here. If you wanted to work with the orders, you can simply drag and drop it over here. Okay, so here is the data we have. Now this page is only for setting up the connection and having a look at the data. This is not our work area. And you can see all the fields, row ID, order date, etc., which are there in the data source are appearing over here. I will go to the sheet 1. Here you will see this is your chart area or the plot area. You see these boxes over here: marks, filter, pages, column, rows. These all are the These are all known as cards over here. In Tableau, we call them as card. Marks card, filter card, page card, right? Card means just like visiting cards. We call them as cards. Now in front of column and rows, we have the big bars, and these bars are known as shelf. Just like bookshelf, we call them as shelf. Okay. Here you will see the list of all the fields which are there in the data source: category, city, country, customer ID, discount, profit, sales, etc. Okay, so these are the fields, but here we refer to them as dimension and measures. If you see, when I am moving my pointer over here, it is appearing in a blue color, and on some it is appearing in a green color, right? So what Tableau has done, Tableau has automatically bifurcated this fields into dimension and measures. Right? Tableau has bifurcated these fields as dimension and measures, where all the fields on which all the fields on which the calculation is possible or calculation is not probable are considered as dimension, and where the calculation is probable are considered as measures. Example: category. Category: city, country, customer ID, etc. Here you will not be performing any calculation, so it has been taken as a dimension. And measure like discount, profit, quantity, sales, where the calculation is probable, it has been taken as measures. Okay, and you can also see all the one which are appearing in blue. As of now, you can say all the one which are appearing in blue are the dimensions, and the one which are appearing in green are the measures. So these are the dimension and measures. So first thing which we have done is connecting to the data source. Second thing is choose the dimension and measure, which means tell Tableau what are the fields on which you wanted to work. on which fields you want it to work. So supposingly, I want to display the sales on the basis of category or subcategory. Let's take subcategory. So I will simply double click on the sales and I will double click on the subcategory. I am getting a bar chart. My visual is ready. I am getting a bar. Okay. Here it is. So choose the dimension and measure which we have done. And the third step is apply visualization technique. Apply visualization technique. Apply visualization technique means tell Tableau which type of visual needs to be created. Tell Tableau which type of visual needs to be created. Do you need a bar chart, line chart, pie chart, whatever, which type of visual you know. But here I have not told Tableau to create a bar chart. It has automatically created a bar chart. Let us clear it out. Let me take the sales on the basis of, let's take order date. And you will see I'm automatically getting a line chart. How this is happening? This is happening because Tableau works on visualization query language, which means by default it will give you the best possible visual depending on the dimension and measure selected. Let me clear it out. Once again, I would like to take the subcategory sales. Sales on the basis of subcategory. Now I am getting a tabular one. I will again take the sales on the basis of subcategory. I am getting a graphical form. Why it is happening? So again, see, Tableau is smart enough to notice that what you have taken first. If you will take a dimension first and then the measure, you will be getting a tabular data. And if you will take a measure first and then the dimension, you will be getting a graphical data. So Tableau is a three-step process. Once again, connecting to the data source, choose the dimension and measure, and apply visualization technique. And as the Tableau works on visualization query language, as the Tableau works on visualization query language, you need not to, even if you do not specify, by default, it will give you the best possible visual depending on the dimension and the measure selected. Right now, the sample data which I am using, it is not my data. This is the data provided by Tableau. So once you install Tableau desktop, you will be getting this data, and this data will be under the documents folder. Under the documents folder, once you install Tableau, you will my Tableau repository, in which you will be having a folder called data, and here it goes, sample superstore. But when you install Tableau public, you might not be getting this data. So no worries, we will be providing you data as of now. Here, definitely you can connect to SQL also. Now, let us try to compare Tableau and Excel. Let me go to the data source, the Excel, and here if I ask you to create a visual which should display the sales on the basis of category, subcategory. Category, subcategory wise sales needs to be displayed. And the best way to create a visual in Tableau, oh sorry, in Excel is using a pivot. So let's create a pivot over here. Let me take, yes, correct. I'm using the pivot over here. So let me take the sales on the basis of category and subcategory. Let me, and I don't want the count of sales. So I will go to the value settings. I will make it as sum. I don't want the decimal values. So I will make it as a number and decimal values to 0. I will say okay. And okay, I will be getting the sum of sales over here. Let me right click over here and say pivot table options. This, this. I don't want the subtotal. So this is my pivot over here. I can click on this pivot. I can go to the insert and I can say a chart I want. I want a column chart. So I'm taking a column chart over here. I can resize it, change the color of the label, go to the layout, data labels, outside end. I am getting the data labels as well. So here I am getting the category wise, subcategory wise sales in Excel. Now let's see if we want to do the same task in Tableau, how can it be done? Let me take the sales on the basis of category and subcategory. Let me put the category into the color. Let me make it as an entire view, sorting, labeling, and let me go over here and say show filter. My visual is ready, and not only ready, it is dynamic also. You can change it during the runtime. Okay, so here was a comparison between Excel and Tableau. Here it is. Now in Tableau, we have two type of connections, that is a live and the extract connection. Another wonderful feature which Tableau provides. Suppose live connection is when you are directly connected to the data source. Any changes in the data will be implemented into your any changes in the data will be implemented onto your visual. Now let's take a scenario that you are working in your office on some very important task and it is your logout time. You need to go home, but your task is remaining and it is very important. You need to complete that as well. Now you have a requirement to take that data, take that work to home so that you can complete your task at home, but the data is available on the server. So at that point of time in Tableau, we have an option of taking a extract. We call it as a extract. Extract is a save subset of the data. I am not using the word copy. I am using save subset. The original data may be having thousands of records, but a subset may only have few hundreds or few records over there, right? So we can take an extract just by a clicking of a single button. We can take an extract of the data and we can take the work home, do all the visualization which we have to do. Next day when we'll come to the office, we will again switch to the live connection and we have to click literally on a single button. All the changes which has been done into the data in the night will automatically be implemented onto your visual and your visual will be 100% up to date. Okay, so that is the live and the extract connection, and this is how you can see whether it is a live or an extract connection. See over here, can you see a small symbol? This is a small symbol along with the name of the data source. This symbol indicates that whether you are working on a live or an extract connection. Okay, live or extract. Double cylinder indicates a extract connection and a single cylinder indicates a live connection, right? Double or a single cylinder. And important second difference between Tableau Public and Tableau Desktop, that in Tableau Public we only work on an extract. We do not have an option of a live connection, right? Let me show you a screenshot from here. It is how to switch between the Tableau, how to switch between live and extract. So when you will go to the data source on the top over here, you will be getting an option to switch between live and extract. But as it is Tableau Public, you are not getting those options. And here it goes, live and extract. This is what you have. Okay, here it is. Right. So this was the live and the extract connection. The next thing which comes up over here is a data type in Tableau. Okay, live connection over here, it will not be able to show you the example over here for the live connection. We can have the live connection only in Tableau Desktop. We will be doing short project on Tableau. Yes, definitely I can guide you for a short project in Tableau as well. Right. So these are the various data types in Tableau we have. So here you can see the data types. In the data source, you can see a small symbol on the top of the field names, where hash indicates a numeric data type, ABC indicates a character data type, the calendar symbol indicates a date data type. Further, you will move, you will get a globe symbol over here. Globe symbol indicates a geographic data type. Globe symbol indicates a geographic data type. Geographic data type means this particular field contains the data which has some uh, longitude and latitude value, like city, state, postal code, country, etc. Right? And then we have a Boolean data type. Currently in our data, we do not have any Boolean data type which indicates true and false. And date time data type, if you have the date along with the time, it will be considered as a date time data type. Right? Then here we have one more important point to be noted. See how many records in the original data source. We have somewhere around 10,000 records, but over here we have only 1,000 records. So this data is only for the viewing purpose. You can have only 10 records also over here. No problems. You can keep over only 5 records over here. But when you will go to the visualization, your visualization will still be based on the entire data. And that is what we call it as connecting to the data source. Okay. So that is the viewing of a data. Then we can also make some changes over here depending on the requirement. We can rename the field if we want. We can hide a field. Suppose I don't want to do any visualization on the basis of, let's take customer ID. So I can right click over here and say hide. So it will be hidden. So the benefit of hiding a field is that we can only keep those fields on which we want to work, so that the navigation becomes more easier. Okay. Right. Then if you want to rename a field, you can rename a field by clicking on this drop down arrow and say rename. You can say order number. So remember, whatever you are doing, any changes you are doing in Tableau, it's only for the visualization purpose. It will never impact your data source. It will never impact your data source. Sorry. So, and if you want to get the original name back, you can click on this and there's an option called reset name. It will get the original name back. Here it is. Now, here I have just given you an example how to create a visual. So this is the visual which I have asked you to create, which I have just shown you. Here is the visual which we have created. It is the same visual, right? So you will be getting this and you can try it at your end. And this is here I'm trying to ask you to get the category wise, subcategory wise, and the region wise sales or the profit needs to be displayed. So it is in a tabular form. And the best part is you can just need to, I want the category wise, region wise, I want to display profit. I simply double click and automatically I am double clicking it on, and automatically it is going on the appropriate place. And I have forgotten to highlight this, the symbol which is appearing, which looks like a capsule over here. These are known as pills. We call them as pills. Let me also take the subcategory over here. See, I'm getting this category wise, subcategory wise, region wise profit we are getting over here. So that is what expected. Proceeding further, then we have something about sorting of the data. Let's talk about the sorting. And remember, in Tableau, there are multiple ways. There are multiple ways to do the same task. So one is sorting of the columns. If you wanted to change the order of there, You can say row ID, order date, ship date, on which basis these columns has been arranged. So they are arranged on the basis of the data source. If you want, you can arrange it in alphabetically arranging or descending manner. And this is only for your viewing purpose, because this page is not related to the visualization. If you wanted to do the visualization, you have to put it over here. Okay, so let us take one more example over here. Let me take the sales on the basis of subcategory, and I can make it as an entire view so that it takes the entire screen area. Now let us talk about the sorting. So there are different type of sorting. Number one is the quick sort. When you move your pointer onto the y-axis, you are seeing a button over here, and this button is known as a quick sort button. You click on this, 1, 2, 3, ascending, descending, not sorting. So this is a quick sort button appearing over here. Then second, we have a toolbar sort where you can click on this toolbar sort. This is a toolbar sort in ascending or a descending manner. Then we have sorting by pills, where I can go to the subcategory and say sort in a ascending or a descending manner. So as of now, it has been ascending or descending al alphabetically on the basis of the field, on the basis of sum of sales in a ascending or a descending manner. You can sort it. So it hardly makes any difference on through which method you have sorted it. Ultimately, goal is to get the data sorted. In Tableau, for most of the things, you will be getting multiple ways. Okay, so that is known as sorting by pills. Then we have sorting by marks card. So for this, I will take another visual where I would like to take the profit on the basis of subcategory, and let me put the profit into the colors. So I'm getting different colors over here. Or let me put it like this, sales on the basis of subcategory and putting the profit into the colors. And let's make it as an entire view. Now let me click on the profit and then I click on the sort. Now, what do you think? Is the data sorted? The data doesn't look sorted, but yes, it is sorted on the basis. If you focus on the color, darkest to the lightest, because in color we have profit. So and this is known as a mark card, and our topic is sorting on the basis of marks card. Okay, so sorting by the marks card. So there are the different ways of sorting. I have told you 4 ways of sorting: quick sort, toolbar sort, sorting by pill, sorting by marks card. Okay, with this, the next thing which comes up over here in Tableau, we can create a hierarchy over here. We can create a hierarchy. Hierarchy gives a drill down feature. Example, let me take the sales on the basis of region, and I can convert it to a horizontal bar chart. I'm displaying the sales on the basis of the region, and let me display the label as well. Now I want to further bifurcate it onto the basis of segment. So I have drag and drop the segment. I want to further bifurcate it on the basis of category. I will drag and drop the category. And if I want to further bifurcate it on the basis of subcategory, I will drag and drop the subcategory over here. Right? Let me go to the presentation mode. Here it is. Now, supposingly, I wanted to remove this. I cannot. I want a region-wise bifurcation only. I cannot do. I have to go to the design mode and remove subcategory over here. Remove the category. Remove the segment. Again, you change the mind. You have to do it once again by dragging it, dropping it again. Segment. So I don't want to do this thing, a drag and drop again and again. Let me remove this. Okay, so let's see how can we create a hierarchy over here. So let us take the category. I am using control click to select multiple segment and the subcategory. Let me click on this drop down arrow and say create. Sorry, we are talking about the hierarchy. So say create hierarchy and let me name it as say PD. Any name you can give. So here it is. I want the region segment, the region. Again, drawing is there. Who is this? Please. I can right click over here. Not right click. Jashwant. Yeah, okay. If you want to see one more time, let me repeat that how to create a hierarchy. So I have selected multiple fields which I wanted to put into the hierarchy, and I click on this drop down by using control click on any of the selected field drop down, click on hierarchy and say create hierarchy. You can give the name. I'm giving the name as PD and here it has been created. I want, let me put the category over here. Let me put the category over here. Region, segment, category and subcategory. Let me remove the region and let me put the PD over here. And you will see within this, I am getting one plus sign over here, expand button. Click on the expand region, segment, category, subcategory, segment, region. Now you go to the presentation mode, and in the presentation mode, you can also do that region, segment, category, subcategory. This is what you are getting over here. So this is known as creation of a hierarchy. So again, I wanted to highlight the dynamic feature of Tableau over here. So that is the hierarchy. Any point of time you want to remove the hierarchy, you can right click over here and say remove hierarchy. It will have no impact to your fields. The fields will remain intact and it is just the hierarchy has been removed. One more thing in Tableau, we also have auto hierarchies. Auto hierarchy where let's take the sales on the basis of order date. Say I am getting a line chart over here and I have taken the order date, but I am getting the years. Hmm. So I'm getting the years and you click on this plus button, quarter, month, right? We are expanding it and I am getting the further bifurcation, year on the quarter, quarter on the months, months on the days and so on. It will be. But as of now, if you will see that the visual which I am getting, it is appearing as a broken visual, right? It is broken from every quarter is appearing a separate graph is appearing over here. I don't want this. I want a continuous one. This type of broken graph is known as discrete graph. I don't want this discrete graph. I want something in a flow. So let me make it as continuous. Oh, sorry, not continuous. So you have first year, quarter, month, days, and you can take year, quarter, month, day from here. So quarter, month. So this is what we are getting over here. Okay. So this is known as the auto hierarchy. We are getting the monthly sales for the 4 years. So these are the auto hierarchy, discrete and the continuous graphs. All right. So before I talk more, so how is it going? How is the session going? Are you getting some value out of it? Okay, great. Right. Okay, let's see another interesting feature is the grouping over here. See, anything related to this material, the admin team will help you out with that. You will be getting the material, whatever is required, right? As of now, let's focus on the technical part. We are running short of time, so it's better we focus on the technical part so that you can get a maximum benefit over here. So let's proceeding. We are talking about the grouping. Suppose let me take the sales on the basis of region. Let me make it as a horizontal bar chart. This is a button to convert it to a vertical or a horizontal bar chart. And the shortcut is Control W. Right now, let me also display the label. Here is a button to get the quick labels. Right. And supposingly, I want to display the combined sales for South and Central. So you can see when I clicked on this, I got a pop-up box and in which there is a group members button. I can click on this group and I'm getting a regional group over here. Let me remove this and let me put the region group over here. So see, I'm getting the group of Central and South. Let me remove this, and let me delete the group once again. I will take the region, I will select Central, South, and I can also click on this group button and region. So you can see that the Central and South sales has been combined together. And we are getting a regional group over here. And this is an icon of the group. Let me remove this. Let me delete the group. And let me put this time the subcategory. And another way, in Tableau, you will be having multiple ways to do the same task. In Tableau, you will be getting the multiple ways to do the same task. So you can also create a group by, this is known as grouping through data pane. You select the field on the basis of which you want to create a group, create group, and let's take, I want to put group together the stationery related products like paper. I can say control click labels and control clip envelopes, and I will say group, and let me name it as stationery. Say apply and okay. You will see that there is no impact over here. Let me put the subcategory group over here and let's remove the subcategory. You will see stationery over here. It has been grouped together. It has been grouped together as a stationery. You can once again grow over here. You can say edit group. If you want to add something to this group, let's take, I wanted to add arts into this group. You can drag and drop the arts over here. Art has also been added over here. If you want to get the, say, copiers or bookcases to be the part of this, you can drag and drop and the bookcase will also become a part of it. Apply. Okay. So here we are getting the stationery. Okay. So what are you saying? Geo chart something. Okay, you want me to repeat something? So I can't see the messages over here. Yes. No problems. If you want me to repeat this thing. Okay. Yeah, you want me to repeat this thing? Let me quickly repeat this thing. I am removing this group from here. I am deleting the group from here. Right click, uh, delete. So I have normally subcategory sales over here and I wanted to group the stationery related items into one group. I can go to this Click on the drop down arrow, create group, and you just need to do control click. I'd say envelopes, control click label, envelopes, control click label, control click paper, simple say group, and name it stationery. Apply. Okay, created. Let me put it over here and let's remove this. So here I am getting a stationery group. Okay. Geographical chart, wait. We'll wait for the, just see what I am doing as of now. Focus on this. We will talk about other things also. Okay. So that is the grouping over here. Then another important part we have in Tableau is the auto generated fields. Auto generated fields. Whenever we work in Tableau, we get 5 auto generated fields, which are, if you will see over here, you see category, city, country. These are all the fields which are there in the data source. But if you will see, there is a field with the name, name, measure value, longitude, latitude, orders. These all are the auto generated fields. So what are the 5 auto generated fields? Measure name, measure values, longitude, latitude, and count. These are the 5 auto generated fields. Whenever you will work in Tableau, these fields will always be there. Now where, let me show you, where measure name contains the name of the measure. So if I double click over here, I am getting the details of all the measures. Count, which is the auto generated field, it will count the number of records. So that is 9994. Total discount offered, profit, quantity, and the sales. So it is giving you the sum of all the measures. The total values of all the measure is being displayed over here. That is the total discount offered, total profit, etc. Then we have something known as measure values, which will also display the same thing but in a graphical format. Then we have the order count, which will give you the count of the orders. This is the count of the orders you are getting over here. And we have longitude and latitude. Longitude and latitude are required to generate map in Tableau. You can create a US map, India map, any type of map you can create in Tableau because of this longitude and latitude only. Which are the auto generated fields. Let's see. Okay. Hello, check. Am I audible? Am I audible? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I am audible. So please check at our end if somebody is experiencing an issue, because as most of the people are saying that I am audible. Okay. So, okay. We were talking about auto-generated fields. Now let's see what is the utilization of this auto-generated fields. So let me take the sales on the basis of order date. I also want to display the profit, and I also want to display the discount. Let us take this thing. Now see what has happened. I want to display discount, profit, and sales in the same plot area. But if you will see now, they are appearing in a separate plot area. This is the area for sales. This is the area for profit. And this is the area for discount. I don't want this thing. I want all these things to be in a same visual, to same plot area. And this can be achieved only with the help of auto-generated fields. So let us take, instead of taking discount, profit or sales, I will take the measure values on the basis of order date. Let's make it as an entire view. Now I will put the measure names into the colors, and here it goes. And I can put the measure names into the label. I will remove whatever I don't want. Don't want the count. I don't want quantity. So I'm having discount, profit, and sales in a same plot area. If you don't want this card, you can also hide this card. So like this, you are able to get the three things in a same plot area with the help of auto-generated field, measure name, and measure values. It was not possible without this. Okay. Let's proceed. So we have talked about this. Okay. Now, discrete and continuous. We have two type of values in Tableau, which are discrete and continuous. Discretes are highlighted in blue. So it is not that this is a dimension, that is why it is appearing in blue, and this is a measure, that is why it is appearing in blue, in green. So it is because that it is a dimension is appearing. Dimension will always, my bad. Uh, Something discrete will in blue and continuous in green. So for an example, let me take the sales on the basis of order date. Now order date is a dimension, that is why it is appearing in blue. But if I click on this order date and I take the year from here, now it is appearing in green. So it is nothing related to the dimension and measure. It is related to the discrete and continuous. Initially, I told you dimension in blue and measures in green just to highlight the difference. But actually, it is more of discrete versus continuous. Okay. Then there are few rules regarding this. That is discrete field. Let me take the sales on the basis of subcategory, and I would like to put the category into the color. So if you put any discrete field into the color, you will be getting a separate colors. Like you can say furniture is blue, office supplies is orange, and technology is red. So discrete gives separate colors and continuous give gradient color. Let me put the profit into the color and see what happens. You are getting the color shading over here. So that is known as gradient colors. Then we have, if I put a discrete, let's take a continuous, or let me put category into the color, that is a discrete field. Putting a discrete field into the filter will give you exact values to filter, right? You can select the exact values. However, if you will put a continuous field, if you will put a continuous field, for an example, profit into the filter, you will be getting a range to filter. Here is the range. Okay. Then let us create a map over here. So I simply need a geographic field. Here it is. I double click on the state. Right. Now, discrete field in map. Let me put the region into the color. See, I'm getting the colors of a different dots of different colors. So discrete field in map give color dot. However, if I say sales into the color, I'm getting a filled map, gradient colors. So that is the comparison between discrete and continuous. So 4 points I have highlighted: discrete blue, continuous green, discrete field separate colors, continuous field gradient color, filtering on discrete exact value to filter, filtering on continuous range to filter. discrete field in map, color dot, continuous field in map, gradient colors. Okay. Here we have making more dynamic visuals by adding the parameters and the sets. So let's see how can we make more dynamic visual. So let me take an example over here, and I will like to display the sales on the basis of subcategory. Let's make it as an entire view, and let's sort it and display the label also. Now there are total 17 subcategories, and I have been asked to display the top 5 subcategories. So I said, okay, I can just put the subcategory into the filter. There is a top option by filter. I need top 5 on the basis of sum of sales. Say apply and okay. Here it is. I have displayed the top 5. I have displayed the top 5. Now, when I displayed the top 5, my audience asked me to display only top 3. I said, okay, no problem. I will redesign it. So I will go to the design mode. I will edit the filter and I will make it as top 3. Say apply and okay. Now again, I presented it in front of my audience, and now my audience asked me to display top 7. Now I feel like that my audience is very demanding. Every time I give something, they ask for something else. So it will be better. It will be better if I give my audience the control. So that can be done with the help of a parameter. I will go over here. I will say edit filter. Instead of giving a constant value, I will say create new parameter. Create new parameter, and current value is 3. I want a range. Minimum is 1. Maximum the parameter can pass is 17. I will say okay and apply. And okay. And I'm getting the parameter over here. Do not forget to show the parameter. Sumedha, drawings, show parameter. Here it is. Here it goes. You are getting top 7, top 3, top 10, 14, 3, 2, and so on. So now the user has control. In the dynamic manner, the user will be able to change whatever he wants to change. Okay. Right. So that is using the parameters. So we can make more dynamic visuals using parameters. Okay, let's take another way of making the dynamic visual. Again, I'm taking the same example where I'm taking the sales on the basis of subcategory. Let me make it as a horizontal bar chart. Let's take it as an entire view, sorting and labeling. And let me create a set. So I will go to the subcategory. I will say create and say set. Now either I can manually do it. I don't want to do it manually. I want to make a set of top 3. So I can go to the top by field. I want the top 3 and say okay. Here it is. And now let me put the set into the color. Here it goes. So it indicates it is displaying all the 17 subcategories, but 3 are highlighted, which indicates that these 3 are the top 3 ones. Okay. Let me do one thing. Now, if I have been asked to display top 5 or top 6, so again, a same scenario will appear over here. So I will go to the set, edit set. Instead of top 3, I will click on this drop down and I will use the parameter. Either I can create a new parameter or I can use the existing parameter. So I am using the existing parameter, that is parameter 1. Say apply, okay. Show parameter, don't forget to show the parameter, and here it goes. Here you say top 3, top 4, top 8, top 12, top 1, 4. Okay, so again, what is the difference you have observed in the parameter in the set? In the parameter, when I am changing the value of the parameter, example, if I go over here and I change the value of the parameter to 6, only the 6 bars will be displayed. However, in case of set, if I make it 6, all the bars will be displayed, but the top 6 will be highlighted. So that gives your visual more dynamic view, and you can create these. Right. Again, here is a small assignment over here. I'm not discussing the assignment in detail. You can go through this assignment quickly. We have to create an interactive graph to display top 5 profit generating subcategory, and you have to utilize parameter for it. You have to create an interactive category wise sales over here, and year wise, segment wise sales needs to be displayed. Okay, then we have another important thing over here as title and caption. So let me take one more visual over here where I would like to display the sales on the basis of, I'm talking about the dynamic feature of Tableau on the basis of category and subcategory. Let me put the category into the color. Let's sort it and make it as an entire view and display the label as well. And I would like to put the category into the filter. I put the category into the filter, and this is what we are getting. Now, by default, this is the title. This is the title, and by default, the name of the worksheet will be appearing as the title. So let me rename it as sales. So the title becomes sales over here. But let us try to give it more appropriate title. Let me click on this drop down arrow and say edit title. Here it is. I will say subcategory, sub subcategory sales for all categories. What up? For all categories. You can do some formatting also over here, changing the size and all. Say apply and okay. Subcategory sales for all category. Let me remove office supply. For here again, it is displaying furniture and technology, but the title is for all category. Let me remove technology. It is displaying only for furniture, but still the title is for all category. I want this title should also be dynamic like my chart. Let's try to create a dynamic title over here. Let me click on this drop down arrow. Oh, sorry, we are talking about the title. So we'll click on this and I will say category for all category. Instead of writing a all from here, I can click on the insert and you will see an option of category over here. Take this category, say apply and okay. Now see what happens. Now you remove technology. Subcategory sales for furniture and office supplies category. Let me remove office supplies for furniture category, for furniture and technology category, for all category. So you are getting a dynamic title over here. You can enhance it further. You can do also some formatting over here. You can say format title. If you want, you can put some border on this. Here it is. Right, so we have done some formatting so that our visuals looks better. And we have one more thing over here. We can go to the worksheet and there is something known as captions. We can show the caption over here and see what is this. A wonderful feature of caption we have over here, which says, just read this caption, sum of sales for each subcategory. It is giving you a brief description about your visual. It is saying sum of sales for each subcategory. So each bar is representing the sum of sales broken down by category, which is further bifurcated on the basis of category. Color shows the details about the category. So the color indicates the category which is mentioned over here, which keeps furniture, office supplies and technology. Let me remove office supplies from here, which keeps furniture and technology. That means caption is dynamic by default. And just like we have added the title, you can also edit the caption. Okay, here it is. So that is known as dynamic title and the caption. Okay, exporting data, that is exporting the data, taking the data outside the environment of Tableau. So as we are using, you can go to the worksheet and you will see copy and export. These two buttons are disabled. Why? Because we are working in Tableau Public. So here is the third difference which you have got in Tableau Public and desktop. Number one was you cannot save anything into Tableau desktop, into Tableau Public in your local environment. Number two, we only work on extract. And number three, we do not have an option of export and copy in Tableau Public. In one word, we cannot take the data outside the environment of Tableau. Okay, now here we have multiple concepts of Tableau, in which one concept talks about the granularity. Granularity means breaking one thing into a smaller parts. So for which I will show you one example. Interesting example over here. Let me say the sales and the profit. And let's make it as an entire view and see this bubble appearing. What does this circle represent? It represents the overall sales and the overall profit. How much total sales has been generated and how much is the total profit. And let me put sales and the profit. Let me put the region over here into the color. Now you can see that one thing has been divided into 4 pieces. Every circle, different color circle, represents the sales and profit of the various regions. So this is the red one, indicates the south. Let me take the category, suppose category into the shape. So you are getting different shapes, plus, square and circle, and each representing a different category. Like plus is indicating technology, circle is indicating furniture. And let me take category. Let us take the segment over here into the details. You are getting more pieces of it. Remember, there was one value. So by doing this, we are making small pieces, and this concept is known as granularity in Tableau. Right. So what all we are doing over here, till now, I would say we are actually not working in Tableau. We are just trying to understand the various concepts which we have in Tableau so that we can start working in Tableau and we are able to create a dynamic and more powerful visuals in Tableau. And here comes something known as managing metadata, which is managing metadata. First of all, what is metadata? Data about data is known as metadata. And managing metadata is hiding a field. Now, why do we need to manage the metadata? We need to manage the metadata so that we can effectively work. Like for an example, I don't want to do any visualization on the customer name. I can hide it. Right click over here and hide. I don't want any visualization on product ID. I can right click and hide. I don't want any visualization on product name. I can right click and hide. Now, as I have hidden the unwanted fields, I have to scroll comparatively lesser to search for the particular field. The navigation to a particular field become more easier. Okay. Then if you want to unhide a field, you can click on this drop down arrow and there's an option called show hidden fields. So these are the hidden fields appearing over here and you can click on this and say unhide. They are again be available. If you want to rename a field, you can rename a field over here as well. Say rename order number. Creating hierarchies and auto hierarchies, which we have just talked about. Creating a folder, we can also create a folder over here. So for creation of the folder, let me right click on the empty space and there's an option called group by folder. Let me once again right click on the empty space and say create folder. Let's say customer. So I have created a folder of the customer. Now I can put all the information related to the customer in this folder. Again, the reason is that the navigation becomes more easier. It is same like creating a folder in your uh, in the computers, in the Windows, when you create a folder, the same thing which you are doing over here. So I can put the city, let's put the country, customer name, simply drag and drop customer name and all, whatever it say. Category, I want to say region, segment, state, like this. Here it is, right? So we know that all the information regarding the customer is there in the customer folder. And any point of time you want to remove the folder, right click over here and say remove folder. It will have no impact on your field. It is there. And this is the important one, creating a calculated field. Now supposingly you wanted to do a visualization on the field which is not available. Now if you look at this data, we don't have the cost. Let us take an example. I want to take the subcategory and I would like to take the sales and I would like to take the profit over here, sales and the profit. And in this data I don't have the cost, but I want to get the cost. So I can create a calculated field. So I can click on this drop down arrow and there's an option of create calculated field and I will say cost, and the cost will be sales minus profit will be the cost. But if I write this, it says calculation contains an error because this is not the correct way of writing a formula in Tableau. How do we write? We have to write it like sum. So as soon as you type in, you will get the option. Select the appropriate option so that the syntactical requirement of the parentheses and all can be taken care of. Sum of sales. You can press tab or enter, minus sum of profit and say okay. Here is the cost, and you can see there is a small equal to sign over here which indicates that it is a calculated field. Let me take the cost, so I'm getting the cost also over here. Okay, then supposingly I wanted to find out how many sales has been done in each, subcategory. So again, I need to create a calculated field for it. Create calculated field. I want to say sales count, sales count. Now, supposingly, I don't have any idea what is the formula I should write for it. So you will see there is a small triangle. You can click on this triangle and you will get all the functions which are there in Tableau. And you need not to remember this or learn this function, because you just need to just browse through it and say, here it is. Take the function, you click on any of the function, it will give you the description of the function along with the example. So let me take the count. I will double click over here and count of sales. You can click on this and say okay. Here is the sales count. So I'm getting 775 sales. In accessories, total sales has been done 775, out of which the revenue generated is 167,000. Now I wanted to find out what is the average sales. So I can click on this drop down, create calculated field. I will say average sale, and average sale can be calculated by sum of sales divided by sales count, and say okay. And by this example, I wanted to highlight that I can use a calculated field for computation of another field. So I'm getting the average sales over here. Right, so like this, there are n number of calculations which can be performed, and you will be able to do the visualization on the fields which are not pre-existing in your data. Okay, so the next topic which we have over here is the join, which talks about the working with multiple data sources in Tableau. If you have more than one data source, how you will be working on it. So that is what it talks about. Right, so I have some questions. Wow. SQL joins. Can you please show the visualization for the calculated fields? Right, so you just need to click on the drop down arrow. Oh, sorry. You can click on this drop down arrow and say create calculated field. Whatever the calculation you want, you can put it over here. Right. Different BTW call field and parameter. Okay, difference between calculated. See, there is, I would say there is no comparison between the calculated field and the parameter. Parameter, in a very simple word, it is a value provided at the runtime. During the runtime, you have provided a value to your visual, and your visual is acting accordingly. On the other hand, calculated field is a simple a calculation on basis you created a calculation and then doing the visualization on that. Okay, same table data can be viewed in graph, sir. Definitely you can create any type of visual. Here I would wanted to focus on the numbers. I have given this. Okay, right. So this is what we are supposed to cover today, and so for today's session we will keep it this much only. Okay, so thank you very much. Lovely interacting with you all. Look forward to get you connected tomorrow. Bye bye and take care. Thank you.